All right, it's here, the ultimate guide for becoming a 6 or 7 figure funnel builder, funnel agency owner, personal brand agency owner, a creator partner, whatever you want to call it. What we do is we build funnels and info products for creators, personal brands, and we get paid upfront, monthly recurring revenue, and a percentage of sales. But there's 3 different stages, from 0 to 10,000 a month, 10 to 30,000 a month, and then 30 to 50 to 100K per month in stage 3. And so no matter where you are, this video is going to help you first figure out, okay, what I need to do first, and then step 2, step 3 to get to that ideal income that you want to have, whether that's, like I said, 6 figures, multi 6 figures, or 7 figures. So let's start with step number 1. This is where most people start. And this is where we sell sales funnels. And I've sold 600 sales funnels by now. I got clients like Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, Russell Brunson, and Jordan Welch, a lot of people on YouTube that you probably follow. And what we do is we build sales funnels for them. Now, why do we sell sales funnels to begin with, right? We could sell video editing, we could sell thumbnails, we could sell websites. Like, why sales funnels? My philosophy, and even when I did SMMA, social media marketing, I was always like, how can I make the most money for the customer, for the client? And I started doing content, but we didn't know how to track social media content to revenue. So I was like, okay, what else would make sense? Ads, I don't want to manage their business, but sales funnels, I would be able to create revenue streams for them and add a front-end ticket, back-end, a higher ticket, front-end offer, sorry. I would be able to create something that they can make more money from. Therefore, they'd be happy to pay me. And so sales funnels do that. Plus, it's a growing industry. ClickFunnels created the market. High Level created the market. School is creating a market. All these platforms are creating markets. YouTube is creating a market of creators. There's 40 million creators, and there's 10 million creators with over 1,000 subscribers, which means there's millions of people who are looking to monetize their audience. They're tired of brand deals. They're tired of AdSense and this roller coaster income, and they want something sustainable that is predictable. And so that's what we sell to them, and we help them make more money, therefore we get paid. Does that make sense so far? So funnels, but you start off not as an agency owner. A lot of people preach being the agency owner, or being a growth partner, creator partner. In me, I talk a lot about creator partner. There's some people talking about info product agency or growth operator. I'm gonna show you exactly like the evolution to that stage. The reason we start off as a freelancer though, as you can probably see here, is we sell funnels where we do the work or we outsource it to someone in our community. There's 1,250 people now in our paid community who are certified, so that you can just outsource it to them. And that's if you don't want to do it yourself. I'm a creative. I love creating funnels because I can take their vision and turn it into like a live sales page that sells for them 24/7. I love the creative, like writing, designing, all that. Like I said, if you don't like that, you just outsource it. But the reason we start as a freelancer is because we need a portfolio. If you look at the first goal of the first stage, the goal is to get a portfolio so we can show people what we can do for them. Because when you scale to 100K per month, what is it that's going to actually drive the results for you? It's case studies, testimonials, results, your brand, your reputation. And so the reason we start off with funnels and as a freelancer is we're not just selling tasks or services, but we're selling a solution, a sales funnel. We do it ourselves so that we can get examples, right? So if you look at the who, why, how, it's who are we selling to? Why do they need this? And how are we getting this outcome for them? So what is the actual sales funnel and the process to getting there? What's the funnel type? Is it a course funnel? Is it a high-tech application funnel? Is it a book funnel? Is it an event funnel? Like what exactly do they need? And when we're building this, we get examples. So now you don't have to be a good salesperson, because how many people here would say that you're kind of a shy person when you're starting out? You're not a high-ticket closer. You're not a, this confident salesperson. Now, I've been able to close hundreds of deals in DMs because I just use example closing, and we'll talk about that more here in a second. But the reason we start here is because you get visual examples. You can post those on social media. You can use them in chat when you're closing, and you don't have to, sell on, emotions like, hey, where do you see yourself being in 90 days? Okay, what you want is examples, and that's how we build a funnel. So when you get a concept funnel, You can show it to a client. You get a client funnel. You can show it to the next client, and you can start building your flywheel, client acquisition flywheel and system. And so we start with who do you want to serve. Now, there's a couple options. Some people prefer to work in the e-com space and they build sales funnels for e-com people. I prefer creators because there's more. First of all, it's a growing industry. It's bigger than e-com in the sense that e-com people typically hire mentors and they give them a Shopify theme. And people in the creator space, they want like the outcome of a new digital product that they're launching, a community that they're launching. And so when you sell to creators, they just want to focus on creating content. They don't even have to run ads because they got an audience, so they can just sell organically. So now you're adding a ton of value to them. And there's also so many different types of personal brands. There's the consultants, coaches, course creators. There's the influencers. There's the authors and speakers. If you think about authors, they don't make a lot of money from selling books. They make most of their money on the back end selling products or services. So one-on-one coaching, courses, that sort of thing. And the reason why we sell, so who are we selling to and why do they even need this is because, like I said, they don't have maybe even a website. They have a social media profile. They might have a link in bio type of page, but they don't have a full page that's selling 24/7 for them. I have one, so I can show an example, or you can show my funnel as an example. I'm like, hey, here's a creator who's making great money selling his info product through his sales funnel. We can just model that and build it for you as well, right? How are we doing it? This is where you list out the deliverables and like the strategy, design, copywriting, branding, tech, and automations. So we build that all out for you. It's kind of like a plate. You say, here's everything that you need to get that outcome. So who, why, and how. Like the outcome is an automated sales funnel, and included in that is, like I said, the offer, the branding, the copy, the design, and the live funnel with like the tech and automations. And now you say, here's everything you need. Once that clicks, you say, I can do all of that for you. That's why clients hire me, because I can do all of that for you. And they go, okay, that makes a lot of sense. That's what I need. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to do any technical stuff. And so now you build a funnel, you add it to your portfolio. If you don't have clients, you start from zero. You simply create concept funnels. So you can practice by copying someone else's. Like you can copy my funnel and start practicing, try to rebuild it. Obviously, don't use it in your portfolio. Don't be dumb and like tell people that you built my funnel, right? Or don't copy someone else's like famous person and say like, I built this. You can do it for practice purposes. So you say, here's a funnel. Well, actually, first you build it as a practice, and then you build a new one that is a concept funnel. So it's a fake brand, it's a fake offer. The copy, you write the copy and everything. You can use one of my templates. So I have a ton of free templates. I'll link them in the description. And you can use those to show people what you can do. So now you have examples. Here's how you get your first client though. Because a lot of people are like, okay, how do I get my first client? Well, first you need the example to show them. That's how you need to know who, because you can create an example for them. So a course funnel for a creator or person brand is like, hey, did you know you could sell courses 24/7 without having to jump on sales calls? That's a course funnel. A concept funnel shows them examples of what you can do for them. Then you just simply do the first one for free. So even if you do outreach, we'll talk about inbound and outbound, and how to get clients and all that, and upbound, the third one. But you're going to offer the first one for free because you get paid to practice, I would say, the first 100 funnels. You're never like fully developed, but there's levels to your pricing in terms of what actually going to benefit you as well. So when you start out, they're actually helping you by letting you do the first one for free. That might sound crazy or backwards, but because you're like, I don't get paid. Why would this be beneficial to me? Well, you get experience that is going to help you make more money on the back end. And so when you start out, you need experience and you need examples, right? And so clients are actually helping you by letting you build funnels for them. And guess what? When you learn how to do this and you learn the skills, I call it skill stacking, you become full stack by learning offers, strategy, copywriting, design, branding, tech. People are going to hire you for the next funnel. right? Because they have multiple, like I have 7 revenue streams. And a lot of people have multiple revenue streams, or you can suggest revenue streams to them. Like, hey, you have a coaching program. Have you thought about launching like a paid community or an online course or a certification? And so now they needed to build the next one. For example, there's a client of mine, a previous client, Josh Nelson. He's the founder of 7-Figure Agency. He's got I think his agency is doing 3, 4, 500,000 a month. Big company. Lots of team members. And we built the first one for him for his book, like a free plus shipping book funnel. And then when it was done, he's like, I love this branding and this style and everything. And I said, now we just need to upgrade your branding on the other funnels as well. And he's like, well, that sounds expensive, because he knew what I was charging. And I said, well, we don't have to do the same pricing because you have 3 other funnels. I can just do it as a bundle. And he's like, okay, let's do it. And so he paid me to do his other funnels as well. Great person, amazing client, and I had a ton of fun working with him. So that way, yes, I got paid the first one, but also the other ones. And we built out his ecosystem, which we'll talk about in stage 3 or the later stages. But when you do the first one really well, this is why, like, how do you get 1,000 clients? You do the first client really well, as if it was like your dream client, even if it's free, because that's going to lead to the next one from them, but also think about like the most successful entrepreneurs. Where are they hanging out? They're in inner circles and masterminds and conferences, right? They're in coaching calls. They're in group chats, and your reputation is everything. So like the quality that you do for one client is going to determine how fast you get your next client. Especially if you don't want to chase clients forever. You just focus on one client at a time. You do it the best that you can. And so that is going to build your portfolio. Now, the homepage or the agency website, whatever you want to call it, is very simple. It's 3 things: trust, examples, and call to action. So branding is more of like, okay, this is not like a 12-year-old, and this is actually someone who can do what they say they can do. So like visually, visual identity, branding, like it's professional, and it builds trust. Doesn't have to be fancy. It's just professional and clean. It's simple. Now, examples is just showing like, hey, whatever we're talking about in content, in chat, or on a call is actually here as well as proof that I can actually do it for you. And then number 3, call to action. Are you jumping on calls? Are you letting them book a call? If you want to take calls, great. Or do you have, like me, I have them send me a message on WhatsApp and I reply to it personally. So it's very personal, it's different, but that's because I want to protect my time. If I started over, I would probably take a lot of calls because I want to talk to them. The number one way to learn from clients in the beginning is actually open up your calendar and talking to them and figuring out exactly what they need, right? Figuring out what they're looking to sell, because it's not about the funnel. It's just a vehicle. It's just a tool to sell something else. So for example, someone who sold their software now want to teach how to build a software and exit. They have an idea of what they want to do. Now, if it's a bad idea, when you're more of a consultant, stage 2 and 3, you can suggest to them, hey, I think you should actually launch, like, for example, I think you should do some one-on-one coaching before you launch the course, because you can get more of like a proof of concept and learn what people need from you and want to buy from you. And so you can suggest things later, but figure out what their vision is, what they're looking to sell, how they want to price it, how they want to market it, and then go, okay, for that, it makes sense to do this type of funnel. There's all sorts of stuff. We can talk about traffic temperature. If you're launching their funnel to paid ads, consider doing low tick at first, because that converts more. It's like an impulse buy. That's funnel strategy. We can talk about that later in a separate video. But portfolio, trust, examples, call to action, and then all you need is reach. You just need more eyeballs, because if you're good at what you do, there's a local company who their slogan is don't make shit shine. So don't make bad stuff visible to more people. If you suck, don't stand in front of thousands of people letting everyone know how much you suck. It's better to work one-on-one with people and get good. Because if you can get good, it's easy to work with people. Like I can't tell you the nerves I had when I first talked with Russell Brunson, or when I was on a one-on-one call with Dean Graziosi or Tony Robbins' team and all these people. But I've noticed that the more I do the work, the more I just focus on becoming better, the easier it becomes and less nerves I have. Even speaking on stage at high-level summit, like, it wasn't that bad because I just do this for a living for a very long time. And like, that's how you win. You're obsessed with something. That also translates into connection through social media because they can see you're passionate about something. So how do you build a brand, for example? You're just very passionate. You talk about it. You document. Even when you do outreach, you still talk about it through content so that when people go to your profile, they'll see that this is someone who's actually practicing what they preach. They're very passionate about it. I want to work with someone who's confident and passionate about the thing that I'm trying to do. Right? Even if you're not an expert, let's say you're learning from Russell Brunson, you're learning from this person or me or whatever, whoever it is, you're just like talking about what you're learning because people say, oh, this is someone, like, I'll give them a chance. I like their personality. They're going to be cheaper because they're not an expert yet, but I like this person. I want to have them on my team. Right? And so that's how you get your first sort of opportunities. Next one is 10 to 30,000 a month. So now you're getting a few clients, you're getting to 10,000 a month. And you're focusing on just one client at a time. You post it on social media, you add connections, you add people, you're doing outbound, let's say 10, 20 people per day. You offer something for free, you're getting the experience, and then you're trying to get a few testimonials so you can add them to your portfolio. The next thing that you really want to do is you want to learn however you can through programs or mentors, figure out like the actual funnel strategy, not just the funnel redesign or launching a new program, but understand a business strategy through studying the marketplace or looking, like I said, learning from someone else who's done it. But figure out when you're on a call, you're not just asking about like this funnel that you're currently doing. So remember how I said like the best way to position yourself is where you can provide examples of what they can do. So either you have examples from clients like, hey, have you thought about this funnel instead? Or you can use someone else in the marketplace like, oh, did you see that Russell Brunson is doing this low ticket to back end? Or did you see Gusten has a free community that leads into like a paid certification program? Did you know he's giving away this for free, but then upselling the resources and the tools? It's like you're more of like a strategist than a funnel builder, funnel designer, copywriter, and freelancer, right? So instead of a freelancer, you now become the agency, because when I say the agency, you're like a strategist that outsources the deliverables so that you can focus on being a strategist. Your mental power is limited. And so when you want to scale to, let's say, 30,000 a month, you want to focus on selling more and hiring a person to lead the projects, the team. So maybe you hire a COO or project manager, and they build the team or make sure that everyone is on track to hitting the deadlines. And this is where you sort of build out a machinery as an assembly line, as I call it. An assembly line is simply like, okay, who's going to do the initial client draft? Who's going to do the copywriting? Who's going to do the design? Who's going to build it out in a software and like tie up the technical side of things? And so one person is talking to the client, frees up your time, and you can close more deals, bring it to the project manager who then finds each person for their specific thing. Do not hire one person to just replace you and build the whole funnel. You can learn it yourself because it's good to have those skills. But when you outsource and you scale, you don't want one person to do it, because what happens if they travel? What happens if they get sick? It's hard to replace that one person. Now the quality goes down. So when you have 4 people, each of them charge a little bit of money for like their one thing. It's easy to replace them if something happens. Also, because of multiple people needing to be involved, you could like outsource one part. I remember when I wanted to scale, I outsourced like the technical part or the copywriting part, and I kept higher profit margins because I would still be involved, right? And that's how I got to 30,000 a month doing everything myself. But it was pretty stressful because I had so many clients and so many projects, and I didn't have time for anything else. And so pretty stressful, but you can get there. So you could do it all yourself. Here's where you start outsourcing stuff you don't really like. Let's say you don't want to write copy. Now there's AI tools that can do a lot of this for you. But even technical parts, like let's say you want to design it in Figma, but you want to build it out in ClickFunnels high level. Okay, so you just hire someone to do that. But as an agency owner, and by the way, the reason why you need to go in this order is because it costs money to outsource. to hire people. So which means you got to raise your prices. And how can you raise your prices if you're not good at what you do? If you don't have examples, if you don't have a portfolio. So see how this is very important for you to build some authority and credibility so that you can outsource some of this stuff and scale, right? So it goes hand in hand with like, I'm actually worth this much. And as I outsource something, I'll have 50% profit margins, which is like the goal. Agency, I guess like 30 to 50% is my preference. I know a lot of people who like, they scale hard and they have like 20%. You know, a lot of local businesses, they're happy with 10%. But for me, if you have an online business, you're trying to build freedom by design, live a life by design, you want to have 50% profit margins in your business. So anyways, as an agency, you focus on their offers, their ascension ladder, and being a full stack. So full stack means, if we go and flip this around, full stack means that you can do everything for them. Now, I don't run ads. You can have limitations. We don't do video editing, you know, we don't do everything, but I can suggest, like if I talk to a client and they're like, yeah, we want to drive more traffic through YouTube to this funnel, I'll suggest a video editor to them, right? So you can easily find these people and you can build your network of people and you can suggest one to them. This is called, you just like launch the funnel and optimize it. So launch and optimize is where you help a client launch a new revenue stream, and then you optimize it, whether that's split testing, see how they can send out more emails, that's value-based, but also promotional. You can do new Black Friday deals with them. This is where it gets a lot of fun, this game, where you become like this rainmaker for them, but we'll get there. Full stack simply means that you can do all of the copywriting, the design, the tech, like the automations. You just build it all out for them. Imagine how valuable you are when you can just build everything out for them. So, but going back to offers and ascension ladders are just value ladders, offer ladders, essentially like upsell paths where you have a client, right? They give away a free checklist, a free ebook, free trainings, free content, free stuff to get leads, right? So people sign up to an email list, a newsletter, they get this thing, they get free stuff. And then the first one maybe is to sell like a starter kit or template kit or workshop or an event where you sell something for lower ticket to build trust and show people what you can do for them. Then you have a mid ticket that's like $500, $1,000, $2,000, and then they have some sort of like higher ticket, $5, $10, $15, $20,000 done for your service, done with you, or mastermind, that sort of thing, one-on-one coaching. And so you build out this, that's why strategy matters, right? Because you can build up this ascension ladder for them and present to them like, here's the strategy that I would suggest to you. So here's all the offers, here's the pricing that I would suggest, here's examples of other people doing this. So show them proof that this is something that's working. And you have this ascension path with all the funnels. This is where you can charge more and you can make more, is because each client becomes more. Two ways to make more money: get more clients or make each client worth more to you. And so being full stack or having an agency of people who can deliver full stack services, this is where you become super valuable to them. Now, this whole thing is just building up the foundations for you to systemize lead flow. The only thing you now do, because you have credibility, you have a portfolio, you have examples, is you just need what? More reach. And now you need more reach because you've systemized this. You need to feed them so that you don't have team members who are like, okay, when is the next project going to be here? You need leads, you need clients, you need projects every single week. Otherwise, the best people, the A players, are going to leave to other agencies. Now, 3 ways to get clients. First one is outbound. So no brainer, no risk offers, reaching out to people. In fact, we just uploaded a cold email, 2 modules to Funnels University. We uploaded a cold email mastery and LinkedIn mastery, because typically I've mostly done like social media outreach or inbound content lead flow or client acquisition. And it's been working great for me and for people that I've coached and stuff like that. But we wanted to add LinkedIn because it's business owners. There's filtering, there's like ways to target more people. And we don't want to be stuck in like a small Facebook group if it gets like crowded. We don't want to be like in one place. We want to be multifaceted, we want to be flexible, and we want to have predictability and scalability. And so outbound with email, for example, we're using AI and personalization to reach more people. So we can now send 1,000 emails Imagine if you tried to do 1,000 messages on Instagram or Facebook. You'd be banned like day one because you're a bot. They think you're a bot and you're trying to message too many people. So on Instagram and Facebook, it's more targeted. It's more like value-based. Here's a free thing. I've looked at your profile, and there's software so you can get help to do this faster as well. But through our automations, the cold email mastery system is more like AI, data enrichment, find more information about this person. We use multiple tools like LinkedIn and different softwares to find their emails and filter through like business coaches, all sorts of stuff so you can customize and personalize and automate, systemize your entire lead flow. Because what do you need? Predictability, that you know that this many people are reaching out. We tried this with the cold email for me. I had to turn it off a couple of weeks later because of the lead flow. I got so many leads. I told my guy I can't even handle all the leads. Everyone wants to jump on a call with me. I don't want to jump on any more calls because I get so many clients already, right? This is an amazing business because of the demand in the marketplace when you actually learn the skills, right? You never have to go hungry again, and you can build all these skills to launch any business you want in the future. Let's say the funnel agency and the creator partner model is just the first step to something else you want to do. Like for me, for example, I want to have more of like a clothing brand. I want to do something in the... Anyways, so we'll probably get there in a few years. So outbound, inbound, and outbound. So inbound is when you put out content. It's also referrals, but content mainly because you build a brand, a personal brand. You put out content, you document your journey, you share what you're discovering in your journey as an entrepreneur. You talk about why they need a funnel, what type of funnel types there are, other people who are using funnels to sell this thing, this person building multiple revenue streams. Show the vision, what's possible, sell the opportunity, not the services, right? So once they believe in the vehicle of sales funnels, talk in your content about, there's 3 beliefs that you need. I know I'm going deep, but this is very helpful if you understand it. There's product-based beliefs, there's people-based beliefs, and there's priority-based beliefs. And marketing is just shifting beliefs. And so product-based beliefs is getting them to see the product of funnels, the vehicle itself. Sales funnels and info products, for example, is going to help them get to freedom, the thing that they want. They want more money so they can live the life they want. Okay, great. Funnels will help you do that, right? And then the next one is person-based. Am I the right person to do this for you? So my content needs to build trust that I'm the right person to do it. But also, my offer needs to be so good that they're the right person who can implement the info product, right? Because I take care of everything, you don't have to become technical. You don't have to become, good at building funnels. That's what clients hire us for. And third, priority. Time-wise, money-wise. It's an investment. It'll make you more money. Time-wise, you just fill out an onboarding form and we'll do this for you. You'll save time by doing this. You'll make more money by doing this. 3 beliefs that will change how you run your entire marketing campaigns and sales processes. And so inbound helps build that content so people come to you. And let me ask you a question. If someone approaches you on the street and they're selling you this product, let's say it's ice cream, would you buy it if they're like a random strangers like approaching you trying to sell you ice cream? You probably wouldn't, because you're like, what's in this ice cream? Like, do I trust this person? I don't even know you. Is it poison? Like, is it good? What's the quality? What's the brand? What's the taste? Probably not, right? But if it's an ice cream shop and it's a hot summer day, you're with your family, your wife or your partner, whoever it is, and you're like, hey, let's get an ice cream. I'm dying out here. Because you go there, it's very easy to, like, there's no convincing from them. It's kind of like when you go to a doctor and they're like, hey, where's it hurting? How long it's been hurting for? They just ask enough questions to be like, okay, I think this is what you need, right? Based on what you said, here's the prescription. They prescribe you a solution. And so inbound, people come to you like, hey, I saw your post. I saw your portfolio. Someone recommended you. Someone tagged you. Someone referred you. And inbound is very easy to close because they're already looking for the solution. So there's no convincing needed. This is why I don't do a lot of sales calls. 90% of people coming to me is just, hey, what do you need? Okay, great. You want me to send a few examples? Okay. What's the price? And I just close them in the DMs. And so outbound, third one, is when you have a client and you figure out, this is where you're strategist, you figure out ways to make them more money, and then they need a funnel to sell it, and they hire you to do it. So then you machinize. You systemize it, turn it into a machine, so you can focus on either you doing outbound or a VA. Someone on your team is doing outbound. You have systems and AI doing the outbound, content doing the inbound, and you have even your team members can do the outbound. I've had my CEO, Christy, shout out to Christy. She sold projects for me up to 10,000 without me being involved. I got to 50,000 a month in my funnel agency without me being involved. The entire deliverable, even like closing deals, was done by the team. 30 to 100K, I'll go quick here. The final one. Here is where you need systems. So you need systems, but you also sell systems. So you sell ecosystems, you sell the results that you have, and you sell optimization. So this is where you have clients who are already running their offers, they have funnels, and you're not necessarily like suggesting new things, because typically when you charge like 10,000 and above, these are 7 or 8 figure business owners who come to you because they might want like a rebrand. They might want a funnel person or a partner to help them with all their funnels. I have clients who have like up to 10 funnels and they need someone to just like manage all of it. So it's more of like the ecosystem. What about your emails? How can we optimize your emails? I've suggested even like YouTube strategies. Have you thought about doing YouTube? What about the Black Friday deal? Like this is where you come in and you help with the ecosystem, even the community. Hey, I suggest you launch a free community and then you put your free courses in there that will do the selling for you. This is ecosystem building. Results. Okay, so you start looking for more case studies and collect data. I can't tell you how many funnels I built before I even cared about case studies and data. Even to this point, because I'm a creative, I just love creating. I don't care about numbers. Even my money, I'm like, I don't care about money. I love creating. But that can be a pro and a con. So if you want to scale, you need results and case studies and testimonials to sort of be more of like a logical infrastructure ecosystem type of builder. This is more like the system type of thinking. Operations guy. I'm not an operations guy. So this is where you build your brand. Reputation is everything. Every client, you treat them as if it was your own business. You can actually partner with them. You're a creator partner. Or if you want to be boring, you're a growth partner. And you can even do ads for them. You can publish their offers. We got people in Funnels University. We did a call with Josh Gavin, who I don't take credit for his growth. He was one of the first ones to join Funnels University when it was called Full-Time Funnel Designer. But a lot of this stuff he's also learned from Alan Soltanich and working with clients and being in the ClickFunnels space, the online space. And so there's not, anytime someone tries to take credit for one person's growth, you should be like, hey, that's kind of weird because like you're not them. They're learning from a ton of people. But what he shared in a low ticket masterclass is he shared how he's partnering with people and publishing their offers, then scaling through ads and funnels, low ticket offers to cold audience, and then have higher ticket on the back end. Kind of like what I was talking about here, being a strategist, suggesting to them like, hey, we should launch this one. I've done this with creators who have a YouTube audience. I've done this with Instagram people who have like low ticket content and have community on social media. We launch new offers and we get paid a revenue split deal. So the difference is get paid upfront plus monthly recurring revenue, and get paid percentage of sales. So you can even start the percentage here as well. But here's really where you like build out an entire team, a real business, if you will. This is more like a 10, 20, 30,000 a month business. But you're pretty much just like a solo and outsourcing a few contractors, which actually is pretty nice. It gives you a lot of flexibility if you want to travel the world, if you want to just like optimize for freedom, not for scale, which I'm also a huge fan of. So team, systems, flywheels. Flywheels are simple, and then that is going to help you actually scale. If you look at everything you do, it has to become a flywheel. So if you look at Amazon, the Amazon flywheel was how can get as much products as possible for the lowest price as possible and the best customer experience possible, like fastest shipping. Because of that, more people, because of the low prices, more people came there. Because more people came there, more sellers came to sell to them. Because of the competition, people had to lower their prices. And because of the volume of orders, the shipping became faster through logistics. And because of the bigger, what's it called? In Swedish is sortiment. Because of the amount of products you could find, again, more people came there, more sellers, and like this turned into a flywheel that then made Amazon what it is today. So how can you get more clients? How can you get them results? How can you get testimonials and case studies? And how can you add them to your portfolio? How can you post those to get more clients? How can you get clients more results? How can you get more case studies from those clients? And how can you get them referrals from them? How can you add those to your portfolio? How can you post it through content? How can you share it through chat or messenger or inbox? This is how you build a flywheel. How can you find better people? How can you pay them to stay with you and build funnels for your clients? How can you get client results? How can you get results? You can post those and get more clients. Flywheel is where it's at. So I'm curious for you, where do you see yourself right now? And what do you think you have to do first to scale your business? And which one do you actually prefer? 10,000 a month, just sort of yourself in your basement, or 100K per month building a machine and a big company? I'm curious to hear for you. Let me know below. Hopefully this is helpful. Subscribe for more, and we'll talk soon.